Welcome to the next session, Get Next Item. So we have seen how to add the item into work queue. Now after adding the item, we have to get the item from queue one by one and process the transaction. Either it can be a success or failure. You can mark that as a completed or exception using that. So now in this process, we are going to see how to get the item which we have already added into work queue. And we are going to come up to a decision whether it can be a success, which is we marked as completed, or it can fall under exception. You can mark it as an exception. So without any further delay, let's jump into the Blue Prism process. So I'm going to use the same process which we have explained in the earlier sessions. In this process, I'm going to show how to get the item which is already into your work queue. So to do that, you have to use an action stage, double click on it. Action properties will get open. In that, just rename it as get next item. And in the drop down from work queues, internal objects section, you have to choose work queues. For the first one, it will be add to queue, but change that to get next item because we are going to get the item from queue. It will ask input as a queue name and key filter and tag. So this is filter and tags are not mandatory. If you want to perform or if you want to play with the item which is available in queue, you can do that. But for this point, you just ignore that. And you can choose the queue name. I'm going to use the queue name which I've already have in this page, which is add to queue. Just make it like visible to the other pages as well so that I can use the same data item. And this is the reason I use the queue name in data item instead of directly typing in this portion. If it would have been typed there, then you cannot reuse. You will have to end up in typing every places. So now after getting an item or after get item from queue, I have to check whether I have an item or not because you cannot simply process. That's not going to be that smarter. So what you have to do is like check item. If your item exists, then start processing. You have an item ID as an output from queue. You can be able to go to output of the queue and give it as like store in for this item ID and store in for this data as well. Data is the output which is coming from queue, which is exactly the transaction details. And item ID is like a kind of a representation in the form of encryption so that each and every item ID, each and every transactions have its own unique item ID so that it will not get mess or it will not get collapsed. So you will have two output from get next action, get next item action, and you can just group it so that it will be easy. Just rename it queue output. Just rename it whatever you want, however is comfortable for you. You can rename it. Don't forget to give queue name. So we have already made it as like public. I can use the same data item and I have two output. Status and items is optional. If you want, you can use that. Now here, as I said, I'm going to, after getting an item from get next item action, I'm going to check whether I have an item or not. So if your item ID field is empty, which means like it does not have anything. If each and every transaction, as I said earlier, it does contain item ID. So if your transaction doesn't contain any item ID, which means like you don't have transaction at all. Now, after getting, if you are confirmed that you have an item in your work queue, just connect it here, which is ideal business flow where you are going to perform opening Internet Explorer and doing all the thing. And remember that remove the loop because your loop action is taken care by your queue because each and every transaction is going to come from there. So you don't want loop here as well. Queue is working on first in first out concept. So whichever item added first, it's going to work first and followed by that you will have the next item. So now what this flow does is like it's going to check whether you have an item in queue, and if it exists then it's going to open Internet Explorer. It's going to input the location, search button, read temperature, other details. Other details is nothing but the precipitation, humidity and wind. I've just added it to have more realistic feature, and just connect it back again to the get next item. The reason why I am connected back again to get next item is it has completed first transaction. The activity of loop is going to continue now, because it after completing the last item, it's going to go and check next item from that queue. So it is more similar to the loop which we have. After completing first item in the loop, it's going to take the next item. That has been now replaced in the queue, because you have loaded item into queue, it has to process one by one. So now this is going to run in loop. What happens if you don't have any item which has to take a decision out from there, which is no? It will come in this way, and you can say like, if you don't have any item, it's going to add the item. And after adding the item, I'm not going to run it in loop. Sorry, change it as flag. And I'm going to use one flag, change the color, because it's carrying the color which I used in this block for isolation, and change this as like run now. Set this as a flag. I'm going to set it as a false. So if you're not, or if you're not comfortable with this portion, what I'm doing, just ignore at this point, because to avoid the process which is going to run in loop, I've just used a decision to stop it at some point. So this is just to make your process, or make this process simple, I've just added it. And here I'm going to use the same get next item. Anyway, we are not going to use the same customized structure for any other business process. Each and every business process is going to follow Blue Prism template. So in this case, I just want to show you how you have to build your process when you don't have any basic idea with Blue Prism. Once you are comfortable with all the topics which we have in Process Studio, Object Studio, Queue, all the concepts, we are going to create a process with proper Blue Prism templates, which we have in the upcoming sessions. So now what it's going to do is like, it's going to get next item. If there is an item exists, it's going to process, and it's going to take the next item. When it find no items, then it's going to add the item into work queue. Then it is going to check whether it's going, you want to run it now. If you say true, it's going to run this set of action also now. If you say false, it's going to stop. So to make this stop, I've just added the decision, nothing more than that. To make it simple, you can move this collection part to the add to work queue, because that's only for adding part, so you don't need it global to avoid the confusion. Just select all and move wherever you want. I just want everything in one page, so I just move it here. And now what this process is going to do is like, as I said, get item. If item exists, process the transaction, get next item. If no item, add the item into work queue. And if you want to continue the newly added item, just process it, which is if you change it to true, it's going to run it. But at the moment I don't want. And now this is how you are going to have a get a next item action. So next to that, you have added the item into work queue. You are processing the item one by one from work queue using get next item. Now you have to come to conclusion saying whether it is a completed or exception, right? You cannot simply process all this item and again go back to the get next item, because it remains in the same state, right? So you have to change the status of your item or status of your transaction to completed or exception. Now to make your process a transaction either completed or pending, you can use mark as completed action as similar way we have used get next item and add to queue. So you can use it, just rename it, mark as completed, and change that status using this. Mark as completed is going to ask you which item I want to mark it as a completed. So you have to give the input as item text or item ID, which was the output from your queue, get next item. So it's not going to ask anything apart from that. So just give the item ID which you got from get next item action. Then it's going to mark that item as completed. So just connect it here. So now you can see the flow. You are getting item from work queue, checking whether you have item, processing the transaction details, whatever business flow need to do, then marking that item as completed and processing the next item. So you have a proper sequence business flow now. In case if you find any exception, so you are suspecting or there might be some cases where your process may get failed. In that case, you have to mark that as exception. So it is also similar way as we did for mark as completed. So what I'm going to use is like just a block, because we are going to say where you are expecting a problem. So I'm saying like in this place, if something happens, just recover it and resume it. And if that happens, you can mark that item as completed. Instead of mark that item as completed, you have to use that mark as exception. Change this from completed to exception. It is also going to ask the same input. In addition to that, you have exception reason as well. So to add the exception reason for each and every item, you can do that as well. I'm going to show that. So don't worry about this new item ID and all. Just ignore for now. Once you get familiar with the queue concepts, you will come to know what it is exactly. So to get to know the exception reason, what I would say is like in between recover and resume, you just add a calculation stage. Exception reason, and go to exceptions in the functions. Take the exception detail and drag it into your workplace or into your expression so that it's going to carry the information. Now store it somewhere. For example, store it in exception details and click OK. It's going to create exception details as a text. Now give this as like exception a reason, so that the reason for failure you will get updated in each and every transaction. So once you get that, just connect recover with the calculation, and then it's going to connect with the resume. Mark is completed. So once completing all these things, you have to travel again back to the next item or get next item. So to do that, you have to connect again back to get next item. So just connect it back to get next item. Don't connect it back mark as completed, because that's both are not in the same, right? So you have to connect it back get next item. After marking the first item as completed, you have to mark the next item. In case if it is exception, you have to mark that as a exception and you have to proceed to next one. You should not make that as an item also as a completed, because that's not going to make you any sense. So just connect it back again to get next item. I think it should be now as a proper sequence. Yep. So yeah, you can be able to see if there is any exception, getting the exception detail, storing it somewhere in the data item and marking exception that item with a proper exception detail and going back again to the next item. So this is like some small simple process which we have developed, and we have handled queue, adding item to queue, getting item from work queue, mark that item as completed, mark that item as exception. So in case if you want to see how it exactly performs, I'm going to show you. Just give get next item. You can see item ID is getting loaded into the data item and it is not empty. So it's trying to process something. At this point, let's ignore all this action because we know that this is going to work. So I'm going to go directly here and see mark as completed. So once the transaction is marked as completed, the details or the item detail which is available in queue management in controls tab will have the item which is marked with a green tick, indirectly says that the item is been completed. Now let's switch back to control room and see what is the status of the current item which we've recently marked. You can be able to see there is a green tick, which means like completed, this case was successfully completed, and you will have a timestamp on that as well. So this item is completed and you have the list of details as well. similar to that, if your item goes on exception, it will be marked as a flag where you can be able to see it has been marked it as a flag with the exception details. So let's see the next case marking that as an exception. Now let's make one item as mark as exception and see the same status. Just run that, and just I'm jumping directly to read temperature. In this case, it's going to throw error because you don't have Internet Explorer open and there is no location inserted as well. So you have an exception failed to perform attach on the target application, so and so. That exception should be captured. You can be able to see this exception is stored as we have a function, and now this exception should be there in the transaction item when you see in queue with a proper mark as exception flag. Now it is marked that item as an exception. Now we'll jump back to control room and see whether it is marked with proper exception reasoning as we have in the exception detail. So coming back to control room, just refresh it. You can be able to see the next item, which is London, and that has been marked as an exception. You have a tag with exception details. And in addition to that, if you scroll your bottom pan, you can be able to see exception reason as a separate column. In that also, you will be able to see the proper exception detail which we have used. So that's pretty much on using a get next item, and followed by that we have seen mark as completed, mark as exception, how to use it and how to place it in our process. If you're a bit worried or if you're a bit confused about using all this logics I have put it here, so don't take it too much. Just make sure that how to use get next item, how to place mark as exception, how to place mark as completed, so that it will be more or less useful when you build a next process. So make sure that how to connect it back or how to use this set of actions, which is get next item, mark as completed and mark as exception. So see you in the next session.